Every part of the body is dependent upon the heart, which works tirelessly from birth till death. And for blood to circulate, the heart must pump 24 hours a day, 50 to 80 times a minute. That's 100,000 contractions a day, or 37 million a year. And in an average lifespan of 70 years, that's 2.5 billion beats. And yet we take it for granted. Now, Sanjeev, it's a very well-known fact that incorporating into your life a regular practice of asana, pranayama, meditation, and of course a healthy diet can relieve as well as even prevent heart disease. Today, of course, we're focusing on certain dynamic practices. How do they help keep the heart healthy?
See, what happens in yoga, we have static asanas, which everybody knows about.
Right.
And then we have a dynamic, which are not that well known.
No.
But dynamic postures are included because it allows the heart to go to their peak performance,
Right.
which basically makes the heart muscles very strong. It nourishes those areas of the heart.
But can you explain how is that different from, how are these dynamic practices different from running on the treadmill or swimming? What's the difference?
The difference is that in running or in the swimming and all the other cardiovascular exercises which we do, you have to do constant movement of to bring the heart to that peak level of pumping.
Right.
In yoga, you will see that heartbeat reaches very fast to that peak level, and then we consciously slow the heart down as well.
Right.
Because heart is actually related with our nerves and as well as affected by the chemicals of the body, basically the hormones. So we consciously control both of them by doing conscious relaxation at the same time rapid
So you raise
movement.
it and then you relax it consciously.
Exactly.
So what do you have in store?
Today we are going to do Engine Daud, that means running
Engine Daud.
Yes. You bend your one knee,
Okay.
and the same hand you should bend and put it next to your body. The other hand comes out. With the breathing, you change your position to the other foot. And then you should do rapidly. Very good. Use your toes while you're jumping up and down. Use your toes. Slow down, slow down, slow down. When you slow down, you come down slowly. And then you lie down on your back.
Okay.
Straighten your legs, hands along the body. You put your hands, your fingers together, index finger and the thumb, and see if you can put both the segment together. You can feel your heartbeat. And with each beat, you recite inside, in your mind, Om, 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 Om. That consciously will bring your heartbeat lower, lower, and will bring it really resting position. If you can't feel the heartbeat on your fingertips, you can put your hand on your heart, on your chest, you can feel it there. You can see with your mind when you slow down the Om, your heartbeat slows down, and then...
So the idea again is to raise your heartbeat and then consciously relax, right?
That's right. Now we stand up, we're doing other postures.
Right.
Now we are going to do Vakshasthal Shakti Vikasa.
Okay.
Vakshasthal is, called Vakshasthal.
The chest?
And yes, the chest and the whole upper cage. So what we are going to do this time is Vakshasthal Shakti Vikasa. With the raise your arms up. First watch it, how I am doing it. With the breathing out, you go all the way down, you allow the hand to go all the way back. Allow the hands to go freely all the way back. Exhale powerfully and feel the expansion of the chest when you're going all the way up, and allow the hands free. Very good. Come up slowly. Now this is a very good exercise when you're expanding your chest and
Right.
it massages
And
all
how
the
do you
way.
prevent yourself from feeling dizzy?
You need to see that you do it 5, 6 and then give a break and then do
Right.
another 5, 6.
Right.
Especially you need to be very careful with the back aches or neck ache if you have any
Right.
sort. Then you can do little...
Yeah, that goes without saying. You must always do these under guidance.
Absolutely. You initially need to ask your doctor or your yoga teacher.
Yeah.
Now we are going to do Bhuja Shakti Vikasa. It's a very simple posture, but it's a very important one because the hands are farthest point from the heart, and you see it involves your hands. Make a fist with the hands, thumb inside, and then swing your arms all the way up with the breathing. With the one circle, your one breath completes, and keep it really loose. You can go as fast as you can, and do 6, 7 times, and then you do the other way around. Very nice.
So it reminds you of your childhood.
Exactly, exactly, and feels really great.
Feels
It opens
really
up
good,
all
makes
the
you
upper parts.
loose,
Absolutely.
and opens up your chest.
Absolutely. And then big aortas and all that also going around
Right.
your arms,
Right.
so which are very, very good exercise for them.
And how long should you do each of these asanas?
You always should first gradually build it up.
Right.
Injan Daud is a very, it doesn't look like, but
From
it's very
10
intense.
seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Rest, do the
Yeah,
exercise
and of course
again,
you
rest.
must rest after each.
And
right?
it should be conscious relaxation. You can do a small bit of a yoga nidra, or you can do self-consciousness.
Right. And of course, this is only a particular type of practice, and yoga asanas should also be a source of rest, relief, relaxation, which is very important for heart disease, isn't it?
It's between rest and you can say the